Okay. Has anyone ever successfully translated this? Oh shit, oh no, I'm falling. Okay. God, it sounded like the game just crashed. When we had last left the hero of Kavach, well, they continued gathering more of the Crusaders' relics from around Cyrodiil, which included them getting a cool mace, taking on a dreadful curse that turned out to be far more substantial than was initially presumed. And, of course, going and defending a chapel that was under attack by Aurorans, sent by none other than Umaril the Unfeathered, no doubt. And then they found themselves looking for the sword of the Crusader, or I forget what exactly it was called, some sort of sword that belonged to the Crusader, that also belonged or was sought out by Sir Berich, and more recently, Sir Roderick, who had fallen prey to some sort of evil, and his squire, Lathan, came to the priory with word of his demise, and was also summarily knighted, and led them into the Underpall cave, where they went to go get the sword and fight back a gajillion spooky ghosts and skeletal dudes. This is the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Welcome back. Zoop, zoop. There we are. Let's get on with it, huh? You know what, should I take some more arrows? Maybe I'll take a few more. Why not? How much spare encumbrance do I have? Oh, I've got a good chunk. Let's do a quick save. Okay, proceed through here. We are in combat, however. Is, Sir Lathan alright? Okay, whatever we're in combat with is over here. Oh no, it's a crab!
Look out, sir.
Okay. Get some fatigue. Restore.
Let's get this over with. Why won't you die? This ends here.
Whew, man. Okay, let's get some more repairs going. Always keep our item here fully ready to go, I think. Be a good idea. What's Sir Lathan doing? Hopefully alright. Let's head on up here. Good. Got a whole bunch of rubble. Looks very strange, honestly. Okay, jumping over it. Oh, Underpall Keep. Huh. Okay. Is this it, then? What about the rest of the other room back here? Oh, does it loop around? Okay. Maybe there's more here. Let's see. Okay, a sack. Weak potion of healing. I guess we'll take it. Spittle stick, of all things. Incredible. Okay, so if I jump down here, are we fine? I'm gonna quick save just in case. I'll figure it out. Oh, here's the nether lich that we slew. Okay. Staff of Lightning, is it any good? Maybe. We'll test it out. Okay, let's head on out over here. Back through all this. Good. Yeah, if anything, you know what? Let me just equip one of these staves, and I'm just gonna blast it off nonstop. How many, like, slings, how many shots do you get? Show me the deets. 16? 25 on the lightning one. Okay. Staff of Storms, granted, is AoE, which is decent enough. But I'm just not sure how the damage is going to factor in without them getting properly debuffed ahead of time. I think there's room to make it work with like various damaging destruction staves. You know, there's room to make that function well on high difficulty if you, the player, you know, we've got our sword to apply debuff, right? That's pretty useful. What if you apply the debuffs with spells, you know, in either an AoE area or on target, or both, right? Depending on what you need. If there's friendlies around, of course you wouldn't want to use the AoE one. And then you fire off a blast from your staff to finish them off, right? That could be the way to do it. You know, that could be it. Okay. Which, like I said, maybe that is something we should consider doing. For real. Okay. Down and around here. Quick saving again. Have we been this route? I don't think so. Look at all this blood. Okay. Sure. Sir Lathan, actually, I think we have been down here. Sir Lathan, I think this is all familiar territory, in fact. Okay, well. What can you do? I guess we looped back around now. Let's see, let's go back to Sir Lathan, who, amazingly, every time there's a little tiny lip on the ground, dude just cannot get over it. Okay, bring this up. Could NPCs and stuff jump in original Oblivion? Maybe they couldn't, because I remember when we were playing Skyrim, doing our big 502 video long playthrough of Skyrim, I remember being shocked and appalled when I saw, like, enemies try and path over to me and they fucking jumped. Maybe that's where I got that from, is from Oblivion, in thinking that they couldn't jump over things. And then ever since then, whenever I would see them start to jump in a BGS game, it blew my fucking mind that they, like, you know, how far we have come, how far the technology has taken us. Let's see here, let me check my local map. Alright, yep, I guess we're going here finally. Probably should scarf down a Magicka pot real quick, just in case. There we are. Do a quick save. Oop, up over that, which Lathan is probably not going to be able to go over either. God, I don't even know where he is at this point. Okay.
Yes, Commander?
Oh, do you have something else to say? Oh, Sir Lathan, you're taking point. Okay. Look, he's got a torch out and everything. Ironically, this is a tunnel where he really doesn't need a torch, right? This is like the most well-lit part of the entire dungeon. Is there anything back here? Oh, there is. Okay, Sir Lathan. There's some zombinators already annihilated. Big treasure chest with a pile of, like, maggots, I guess? Disgusting.
For Sir Roderick!
There you go. Oh, look.
Yes, Commander?
Hey, he is dead.
Sir Roderick, you were a brave knight and good master. Long may your name be remembered in the annals of the relics.
Damn, Sir Roderick. Longsword of Lightning. Slave Master's Greaves? What the fuck? Whoa, what's going on here? Okay. Huh. Okay. Let's see, what should I take? Should I take any of these? I don't think so. I mean, I guess I could take the longsword and just, like, run it dry. The Slave Master's Greaves aren't unique, are they? I don't think so. I don't think any of this is. That's really wild that this guy was going around wearing that shit, though. Okay. Okay, let's see here. I am a bit encumbered thanks to it, though. God, this shit is heavy as hell. It's gotta be said. Maybe I'll run the staff dry and then come back for that. Got some gold. Oh, Tomb of Lord Vlindrel. Okay, what's inside? Clothing, armor, and bones. No butt, though. It was ultimately Sir Vlindrel's undoing. A man with no ass whatsoever. Okay. Look at him slunking around over there. Fucking Netherlich. Is this Sir Berich? As he has entered Lichdom? Nether Lichdom? Oh shit, there are quite a few spooky ghosts out here cavorting about. Okay. Uh-oh. Do they see me? Wait, are they peaceful? Oh, no, they are. Okay. Okay. This is the AoE one, no?
Die, damn you!
Okay.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. For Sir Roderick!
Good. Hold there, Sir Lathan. The wraith of Lord Vlindrel is destroyed. I need to reclaim the sword of the Crusader that he somehow twisted to his evil purpose. Oh, fucking exploded. Oh no, it came back. Okay. Oh shit, Sir Lathan! No! Sir Lathan! Is he gonna get back up? Sir Lathan is dead as hell. Okay. We can't have him die. We cannot have him die. Especially after I friendly fired him so much with this staff. We can't have that. Here, let me swap to a different staff. There we go. Great. God, see, look, this is 40 a pop. Sir Lathan, how are you? Doing alright? Good shit. That went so much better this time without me blasting my own dude. Okay. Ectoplasm. What have we got here? Sword of the Crusader. In its foul, twisted form, though. There's also a fish out here. Can I punch it? I'm gonna punch the shit out of it. Uh-oh. Now I freed it. Oh dear. Here, let me heal other. Merciful touch. There we go. Receive my lay on hands, Sir Lathan. I don't know how many you need, but hopefully that was plenty. Staff of Fire, 40 points on target. Okay, how heavy is this? It has no encumbrance? I've recovered the Sword of the Crusader, but it has been desecrated by the foul wraith that wielded it. I should take it to the Chapel of Archay in Cheydinhal to reconsecrate it to its holy purpose. A holy porpoise. Okay, let's head on down to here. Can I punch more of them? Is it still down here? God, it is exceedingly dark down here. Maybe I should have kept my other fun item. Jewel of the Rumaire. Lend me your aid. Okay. What all else is around here? Oh, here's the fish. Okay. I'm gonna punch it. Man, we punched it pretty damn well. I guess I'll take scales. They only weigh 0.1. What a horrible mistake I made, not keeping Fingleam with me. Right here, I thought I was doing good by getting rid of the encumbrance, but lo and behold. Here, maybe I've got like a potion of Night Eye. Let's see. Do I have something of Night Eye? I may not. Ooh, I may not. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Maybe I've got, like, magic of some sort? Do I have any kind like that? Spell absorption, shadow shape, superior self? I don't think I have any. Yeah. Nothing. Well, we're just gonna have to hope that there's nothing good down here. Could try equipping a torch underwater, but I don't think it's working out. Oh, look, there is something over here. We can kind of cheat it if we submerge ourselves just right. Just so. The old secret trick. Was that something there? Nah, I don't think so. Got some more coffins. Oh, there's a chest. Okay. Wow, nailed it. My god. Ebony Greaves as well. Wow, poison of paralysis. Do I want the Ebony Greaves? How do they look? Okay. About how you would expect. I could probably carry them, I just have to drop 1 unit of encumbrance. I don't think it's worth it. I have 0 plans to wear ebony armor. Okay, over and down here, anything? It doesn't seem like it. Ugh. There's like snow down here? Okay. Oh, gosh. Big old pokers right there. Oh, shit. I could equip my, my sea walking amulet and easily fix this, but oh look, there's fortunately they thought of everything. Okay. Get some repairs going on. So what does the accursed version of the Sword of the Crusader do? Damage magic on strike and fire damage on strike. In attempting to use the defiled Sword of the Crusader, I've received a terrible curse. I can only hope that this curse will be lifted when I reconsecrate the sword at the Chapel of Arcane Cheydinhal. Oh fuck, what's the curse do? God, I just can't get enough of these curses, apparently. Let's see, Astral Vapors? No, I've had that. Stunted Magicka? Oh, Lord Vlindrel's Curse. Huh, and the Astral Vapors. Okay. Oh shit, I'm weak to everything. I'm weak to everything! Oh shit, I take double damage from all magic. Okay. Fucking cool. Thanks, Lord Vlindrel, you fucking piece of shit. God, that's the real hard mode. You know, this is the hard mode. You go through Knights of the Nine, and you stop right here, and then you play the rest of the game with this weapon. Or with the curse even, because if I unequip it, I still have the curse, don't I? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Can you beat the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion with Lord Vlindrel's Curse? Let's find out. I bet you're gonna be surprised, but the answer is yes. Let's head over here. 89 big ones. Do a quick save. Got a coffin here filled with, wow, a grand soul gem. Potion of charisma. Eh. Where is Lathan at anyway? Where'd he go to? How come he's not here to see me accidentally get cursed a bit? Will he show up again? He didn't die. God, could you imagine if he drowned? He got stuck underwater and drowned. All that for nothing? Okay. Sure, over here. Take those shroomages. Check a chest. Potion of Dispel. Over here. Here's that big brazier. Ah, we've looped around. Okay. Underpaw Keep. Hopefully he shows up again as we zone. Uh-oh. He didn't die, did he? God, did he die? He didn't die, did he? Did he really fucking drown? Sir Lathan, Sir Lethan. God, you haven't drowned to death, have you? Fuck's sake, man. Let's see, over here. Maybe he just walked out. He left after our work was done. Look, here we go with my aquatic torch again. Now I get the aquatic torch when I don't even want it. How about over here, this little bit of land? Oh, there's even a little land bridge too. Or like a ramp, I should say. Is there a reason to be on top of this? I don't think so. Yeah, he's nowhere to be seen. I guess that implies he survived then. He didn't drown. I guess that's good. Okay, let me change out my ring. There we are. Jewel of the Remare, and what do I want? Ring of Aegis does me no good anymore. How about... I guess of firewalking at this point. Yeah, I'll take it. There we are. Okay, let's get out of here. Maybe he'll meet us back at the Priory. Or he disappears forever. Honestly, the first time he died, I was surprised I didn't get a quest update. Like, Sir Lethan has died. I must continue venturing deeper into Underpaw Cave without him. It's a grave loss, but one that we must take. Okay, up here. Good. And then, am I still going the correct way? I think I'm not. Check my local map here. Alright, so we need to go upward. Or no, it's right, yeah, right here. It's not up top at all. Underpaw Cave again. Okay, right by these freaky trees. Are they trees or are they roots that have somehow grown up from out of the ground? Okay. Truly, how much difference is there between the top of a tree and its roots? Consider that. Consider it. Probably a lot. Probably actually a lot. I'm no plantologist, but probably a fair amount. To name a few, leaves, fruit, birds can't go there. There's no such thing as underground birds. Okay. Let's see. I guess we need to immediately head to the chapel. Otherwise, I'm really not going to be able to survive out here. Let's see here. In Cheydinhall. Oh, I do actually have a map marker for Cheydinhall. Okay, here we are. Is it going to be attacked again by Aurorans? Hopefully my curse gets lifted once more.
Look at the muscles on you.
Oh, thanks. Okay, let's continue out this way. Oh, should we check out the guild while we're here? I think we ought to. Right, there's no reason not to. Let's see.
Spare a coin for the infirm.
Oh, here you go.
I'm saving up enough for
Brucius
some
the
medicine.
Orphan. Let's see here, have a coin.
Thank you, kind sir.
We don't yet have the
Blessings of
ability
Arcane
to
upon
cure them,
you.
right? I don't think so. I can heal you, but I can't cure your disease. Oh, I can cure paralysis. My cure paralysis is on touch, which I guess makes sense, you know? You can't exactly use it on yourself. You can use it on yourself in potion form, but not spell form. Okay. And then, what time of day is it? Oh, it's just past midnight. Okay, so let's go for 9 hours. Should have everyone up and about. Can check what they have here, buy some training if we want to. Hello there,
I hope I
Deetsan.
can help.
I hope you can too. You've got training.
I can show you some new things.
Oh, an alteration. Do I want that? Do I want that?
Take care.
Do I have alteration spells I can self-cast? I'm not sure if I do. Okay. Lesser power, shield on touch. Let's see, is this gonna give me any alteration XP? Let's see here. We're at about 11 o'clock on the alteration. No. It is alteration magic though, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. I guess we should learn something. I don't have like a shield, a little crappy shield effect, do I? Protect? Oh, I do actually. I do actually have a crappy little shield effect. Okay. And that'll do enough. No? Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we don't need that.
Good day.
Let's see. Do some
Can
bartering
I
here.
interest you in some of my wares?
Let's see. What should I get rid of? Or even buy? But probably get rid of. I'll get rid of the fire staff. We definitely don't want that. And this other staff that I've nearly drained. Which one is it? Who can say? I'm getting rid of both of them. Look, we saw how they functioned in combat. We saw it. We all saw it. Gonna get rid of this gold amulet. It's a little heavy. Gold necklace is slightly lighter. Okay. Good. We are carrying around a butt, mind you. These disintegrate scrolls. I don't need
That's a
them.
good deal.
Dream blade. Various bits of dominate. Electric shield. And shell.
You drive a hard bargain.
There
That's
we
more
are.
than I'd usually pay. That's a good deal.
I've got 2 copies of Gods in Worship. Okay, I think we're... Oh, Manual of Armor, I got 2 of them. Good. That said, we have definitely read Manual of Armor. We need to stash that back at,
That
What do you
seems
call
a
it?
fair price.
the Spire.
Another satisfied customer.
Okay, good talk.
You too.
I like what I see.
What's new with you?
The skooma trade is making a lot of money for the tribes and elsewhere. And a lot of that is going to the Renvidra Kryn.
If the Empire isn't going to stop the skooma trade, who will?
Let's see, let me take another Magica pot here. How much more poison do we have on us? Should we think about rebinding stuff. Oh, we've got so much poison, actually. Yeah, if anything, I should maybe sell the fatigue poison off. Yeah. Something to think about. Maybe even the Magicka stuff? I don't know. Should I get rid of that? I think the fatigue stuff, though, could definitely go.
It's my pleasure. Please continue.
Hello? Don't you do
teach if you're
training?
willing to learn.
Oh, you do. Okay. You're only a novice of destruction, though.
Let's do business.
Okay. That said, you do sell a good amount of other stuff. Huh. Remote manipulation. What level even is that? Okay. Maybe I'll learn it. It seems fairly low level. I'll buy it. Why not? Okay.
Thank you for your patronage.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
You know what? I am going to sell off some of
pleasure
these poisons.
Can I interest you in some of my
Let's
wares?
see here. Yeah, the poisons of paralysis are worth keeping and stuff like that, but I don't know. These fatigue ones? I don't think so. Let's see, how much haggling can we do? Let's bump it up to 80 at least. There we are. Great. And these Magicka ones. This one does have silence baked into it, which is kind of nice, but is it necessary? How often have we needed that, you know? I guess I'll keep 3 of them. Just in case we, like, that way if we fight someone who is, like, a super duper caster, we'll at least have an ace up our sleeve, but I don't know if anyone even exists like that we can't just, like, power through with more damage.
Thank you. Come again.
Okay.
Be
Goodbye.
seeing you.
Alrighty. Then, is there anyone else here that we should trade with? Yeah, how about you?
Well met.
Irwin. Oh, you do recharging. How much is
Always
recharging
keep
anyway?
your magical equipment charged.
7 grand. Fucking A. I mean, I guess I may as well do it. Why not? We've got the money for it now.
You too.
Was there always a recharge all
Good day.
button? I can't recall.
Have a look around. You
Okay,
won't
more
find better
spells
prices
here
in
that I
all
might want to
town.
get. Huh. I don't think so. I think we're fine for now. Okay.
Bye.
Let's see. So let me rebind some potions. No? Let's finally get around to doing this. So we've got all these Magicka pots. I'll put that on 4. Health on 5. Right? That makes sense. And then restore fatigue on 6. Right? That way it sort of mimics the placement of our bars now. You know? Makes it a little bit more intuitive.
What is it?
Okay, do I need to repair any? No, I'm fine. Okay, let's see if we can get this curse removed. Hopefully we don't have to fight Aurorans first. I imagine that we will have to fight them, but hopefully it will be after we do this. And, you know, if we do have to fight them, we'll just fucking have Gordon do it. Honestly, right? We'll just have Gordon do it. We will run around and kite them and maybe try and shoot a few shitty little arrows at them. Okay. Up and over here. Definitely get some more shroomage. Good.
How do you do?
There we are. And let's see. Has it already been attacked? Are we too late? It's already being attacked. Okay. Gordon, to me! Help me out here, bud!
Am I supposed to be any crier?
Okay. Oh, fuck. Honestly, oh god, I'm gonna take double! Oh fuck, look at that, my health is being sucked dry! Let's see, let's actually use some of these strong healing pots and all of that. Okay. Good. This is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem. Okay. Let's see. If I just bind it, I should be able to just scarf him down. Yeah, like so. Oh, fuck. To me, Gordon. Honestly, my shield bash is more effective than anything here. Let's get Gordon back out. Oh, fuck. Oh, no! Save me, Gordon! Whew! Umaril's Aurorans have been destroyed. Cheydinhall Chapel is safe, for now. I can now reconsecrate the Sword of the Crusader to RK on the High Altar. Yeah, except for all the dead people now. Otis. There we are. Good. Look at their nasty little shoes with toes. Oh hey, you can really get a good look of their faces now. Look at that. Oh yeah, they look fucking spooky. Huh. Okay. Sure. Take that. Ayleid Battle Axe. Major Heart. Dull Ayleid Battle Axe. Magub Gro Orum. Are any of these people important for anything? Hill the Tall. God, I think they are. I think they actually genuinely are quite important. Right? I think some of these people are a little bit important. Okay. Arundel. Shelley. Okay. Very well. Then you know what? Whatever happens, happens. Let's see. The Sword of the Crusader has been reconsecrated. I now possess all eight of the Crusader's relics. I should return to the Priory to consult with my knights about how to attack and destroy Umaril. Okay. There we go. So am I uncursed now? Or do I still bear the curse? I still have astral vapors. But I picked that up from other dudes. And I still have the Curse of the Consumed. Let's see. Make a pilgrimage to... Okay, which one did I get? Mara? Nope. Zenithar? Nope. I definitely did Talos. Did that cure me of my affliction? No, I still have astral vapors. Okay. My afflictions are banished. There we go. That should work, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I wonder what the hell will happen. Are any of those people important for other quests? I feel like they might be. Right? At least, like, Hill the Tall sounds very familiar to me. We just wiped out, like, half the citizenry of Cheydinhall. By way of doing one single quest. Okay, anything here? Good. Pop this open. Eh, nothing much. Chest filled with a doublet. Okay. Amulet of King's Book. Good. I guess what you could always do to minimize losses like that, you could probably wait until nighttime You know, rather than like the middle of the day in the morning when a lot of people are going to the chapel to pray. You could wait until the middle of the night when there's very few people there, actually. That's probably the move. I still think that maybe if they were important, we would have gotten that, like, quest update alert that we failed a quest. You know? I think that might be the case, so we're probably fine. We'll see. Okay. Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm in your debt for saving the Chapel of Arche from being defiled by those foul creatures.
No problem. I mean, I think it was plenty defiled, though, but tell me about Shadenhall.
I closely supervise the priests and healers of Shadenhall Chapel, so they might more closely approach the sacred ideals of our faith.
Okay. Can I train with you?
I'm willing to teach, if
oh,
you're
you do
willing to learn.
speechcraft. Huh. I mean, I don't think we need that.
Take your time.
Here. Oh, shit. Maybe we do, actually. Maybe it's
Let's
going to get harder
training.
and harder. We may... Well, should we? God, yeah, I don't know. Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
You too.
It's definitely going to become a tougher one to level, but I don't think that tough. Because worst case, we can just... Is there a way to, like, decrease, like, anti-charm? Can we do that? I guess I could talk with my weapon out? Won't that always make them a little bit lower?
I am Gruyan Garana, Primate of Arche, and spiritual leader of the Shadenhall Chapel. In that capacity, I am pleased to offer advanced training in speechcraft, that the faithful might better spread the word of God's graces.
Okay.
Tell me more.
No, it didn't work.
Be seeing you.
There's gotta be a way, right? There's gotta be a way. I mean, I guess absolute worst case, we could punch someone, get arrested, come back, keep punching them. Right? We could we could tank their disposition that way, and then just forever keep picking the incorrect options when trying to do the speech wheel minigame. And that should work, right? I think. Okay, I'll take some shroomage again. And then we need to report back to the Priory, no? Yeah, I should return to the Priory to consult with my knights about how to attack and destroy Umaril. Very well. Let's do exactly that. Okay. And you know what? I do think when we get here... Uh-oh, we're having to load in some more additional junk. There's not another one of these things. Alright, hold up. We're gonna take a quick restroom break. I gotta use it real quick. We'll be right back. Sorry about this. Alright, we are back. Apologies. Let's see. This person is definitely about ready to speak to us. Maybe it's Lethan? Lethan?
Lord Crusader,
Fedrid.
the prophet is here. He's just arrived.
Oh.
He seemed to know you were coming, told me to wait for you, and here you are. Come.
He loves
He is
it.
preaching to the assembled knights in the chapel. You should speak to him at once.
Okay. Oh, wow. Look at the little garden we have grown. Ho, ho, ho. Plenty of flax and lettuce plant. And ginseng, too. Okay. Well... guess I'll take all this. There we go. Some of these are quite good. I don't know about carrots. Are carrots any good? Yeah, I don't know if carrots are good. Fuck it, I guess I'll take them. It's the worst that could happen. Oh, are our two friends, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, still here? They peaced out, I think. There we are. What we need is like a proper vendor lord out here. Maybe you end up getting one, actually. Do you actually end up getting a vendor out here at the Priory? I don't know. We need to start making... Right, this is our own little, like, Priory monastery situation. We gotta start making, like, mead or alcohol or something. Wine, you know? Look, I've played Pentiment. I know stuff that goes on here. Get some artists, get some murders. get a little bit of murder going on. Oh my gosh! Look, they're positively glowing. Who's this? Brelin. Oh, and you two. Okay. Hello, the Prophet. It's me. I'm back.
You have stepped from the humble shadows of obscurity and into legend. No feat you have accomplished in your life compares to what you have become. You are an embodiment of Pelennor Whitestrake, the bane of Umaril the Unfeathered. The time has come for you to fulfill your destiny. Umaril lies hid in the ancient fane of Garlas Malatar. You must go there and destroy him.
Why is he so soft-spoken for that? You must go there and destroy him. What is the direction that they're giving Wes for this? What is going on? All right. I am ready then? Question mark?
No.
Oh.
Should you face Umaril, you would suffer the same fate as Pelennor. But times change, and even the shape of the divine itself must change with it. Where once there were 8, now one more stands with them, and they have become 9.
You mean Talos? I don't know much about the gods. You mean Talos?
Aye! With the apotheosis of Tiber Septim, the face of the divine was transformed. Talos ascended, and the 8 became 9. So
he's going way too overboard here.
The gods,
they were just like, just do whatever you want.
A relic of the old ways and the old gods.
Well, how do I destroy Umaril then?
As a proven guardian of this realm, and a warrior the likes of which have not been seen in millennia, Talos grants you his sacred blessing with the ancient gifts of the 8 and the new gift of the 1. You are ready to face Umaril.
I have it now? I have the gift? God, yeah. Blessing of Talos add to player's spell list. Oh! What does the blessing do?
It will allow you to follow Umaril into the spirit realm upon his death. It will allow you to destroy him, body and soul, utterly and for all time.
Couldn't I just soul trap him, though?
Kill his living body. While beyond the power of most mortals, this is only the lesser of your 2 tasks. His Daedric nature allows his spirit to escape into oblivion after death. Oh, this is what Pelennor learned upon defeating Umaril the first time.
Yeah, what happens if you soul trap a Daedra?
Pelennor could not. The blessings of Talos will allow you to follow Umaril's spirit when it leaves his body. This you must do, and you must not fail. You will not, because the 9 fight with you.
Oh, wow. I want to know about Umaril's spirit.
When Umaril joined with the Daedra, his spirit expanded beyond this realm. His physical form can travel between realms, but his spirit is bound. When his body is destroyed, his spirit travels back to oblivion and is reformed in the fires of creation with the armor of the gods and the blessing of Talos. You will be able to follow him where Pelennor could not and destroy his very spirit. Once his spirit
Why is he attacking
destroyed,
now, though?
He will be completely obliterated, erased from all realms of existence.
I guess maybe because during the Oblivion Crisis, right, the veil between Oblivion and Mundus, the 2 planes of existence, is thinner than ever, and thus easier access is granted. So a malevolent force like Umaril, who is now more bound to Oblivion than Mundus, could more easily access? this plane? Maybe that's it? What is Garlas Malatar?
Garlas Malatar was the westernmost outpost of the Ayleid Empire. It watched over what we call the Abyssinian Sea. Since his return, Umaril has taken Garlas Malatar as his lair. That is where you must seek him out.
What kind of foe is Umaril?
Umaril cannot be bested in his physical form by any normal means.
I know that. I didn't ask that.
His blows can strike down the mightiest of warriors.
I want to know what type of guy
stroke.
he is.
The Eight created the relics to withstand Umaril's fell power.
They did?
Do not attempt to face him without this divine protection.
Okay. Maybe in so many words, they created it to withstand Umaril's foul power or whatever. Right? Like, it was armor created for Pelinal to use, and Umaril just so happened to be, like, one of his primary enemies. Okay, that's all. I guess I'm ready.
Your knights will assemble at Garlas Malatar and await you there. Gather all those who you deem worthy. Not all who enter those halls shall return. Those who fall in service of the Nine will live on forever in the halls of their fathers. I wish you well on your quest, Crusader. We are depending on you.
Okay, I'm probably going to
Hail,
not take
Commander.
anyone in there so they don't die. Alright, we'll just cut our losses. Hello, Guckamir.
Hail, Sir Knight. My brother and I have heard that you are founding a holy order of knights, and we would like to offer you our swords. We've come all the way from Skyrim to join up. We can't claim any experience as knights, but we learn soldiering from our years in the Legion. Will you have us?
Yeah, sure, I accept. Welcome to the Order.
You won't regret it, sir. You'll find us true-hearted and brave. I'll be back as soon as I've outfitted myself.
But not your brother. Hang on, I don't know.
What do you want?
I don't know if I want both of you. Tell me a rumor.
Nobody goes into the mountains but hunters and thieves on the lam. Food and shelter is hard to come by.
Okay. Can I
I'm
persuade
listening.
you any? Ooh, yeah, perfect. Let's see, I'm just gonna click everything.
I wish I could say. Is that so? Don't
Even
try
if I
to
tank it?
Don't waste your... Well, that's great. Well done. I don't talk such rot. Oh, what nonsense. Oh, please, what nonsense. No, what, you, say, you, that's great. Well, you, not now, not, what, oh, I don't, really?
I think this is the best way to get experience, right?
Oh,
this
that's...
is just keep
well,
clicking these. With each click, you get more and more.
I don't talk such, not, oh, I like that.
Oh, I like that.
Say,
Oh, I like that.
that's great.
Sorry.
That's great.
God, it rocks, huh?
You're wasting. I don't talk such. Say, really? What? Oh, that's great. Not. You're wasting. Oh, I like. I don't. What? That's just talk. Oh, that really? Not now. Real? What? You really? No. That's great. What? You say? Not. Oh, real? Oh, I like. What? That's great. No. That's great. What nonsense. Well done. I don't talk. Really? Oh, that. Don't waste it. Oh, I like. No. Oh, you don't. Oh, that's.
Am I
great.
doing good? Am I getting levels?
Oh, that. Not now.
Am I getting sick
really?
XP?
Say that.
Oh,
not
oh,
now.
oh, really? Oh.
That's just. You. I don't talk. Say. I don't. Oh, I like. No. What? That's great. What? You. Rim. Oh, where'd you get? Really? Oh, where? Oh, not. That's great. No. Oh, not now. What? Oh, you. I don't. Oh, I like it. I don't. Say you. Don't.
I don't know if this is doing much.
Don't wait. Oh, I like you. What nonsense.
Oh my God, it is
I wish I
actually.
could say,
It
I like
actually
that.
is.
Okay.
Okay.
What not? Is don't waste.
Okay,
your
let's do it for
flattery
real
on
this
me.
time. Let's do it for real.
Don't try to manipulate me. Really? Oh, that's great. What none. Well done. That's not now. what a great... Oh, say, that's really funny. Don't try to manipulate... Well done. That's great. Not, I wish I could... Say, that's
there we go.
That works for me.
That works for me.
Bye.
Yeah, there you go. How about
Go
your
ahead,
brother here?
please. I'm listening.
Perfect. Okay.
Don't try to manipulate such You good one. Don't try to manipulate. You're wasting your breath. Oh, please. Don't try to manipulate me. My life is drab and wretched by comparison.
Okay, good.
You too.
And how about you, Brelin?
Sir Knight, allow me to introduce myself. I am Brelin of Sylvanar, at your service. I come to offer myself as a knight in service of Aurorans, or Akatosh, as he is known in Cyrodiil. I bring nothing but my skill with the blade, which is not inconsiderable, and my devotion to the Lord Aurorans. Will you accept me, as unworthy as I am?
I accept. Welcome.
I am honored to join the Order under your illustrious command. Excuse me, while I go to the armory and attire myself as befits a Knight of the Nine.
I kind of love that they got back familiar voice actors, you know, from Skyrim as well. I kind of really like that.
The light of the divine
I like the
still shines in your face. You have been chosen by the gods for a holy mission. Do not fail.
I love the idea that they're like a... I like to imagine the Elder Scrolls voice cast. I want them all to always be invited back. You know, maybe going, like, from Skyrim to wherever else next. Maybe if, like, less Nord voice actors are invited back, and then more of whatever, like, the predominant sort of population would be there. But as a whole, I'm kind of down for the idea. It gives off, like, the vibe of them being, like, a traveling troupe. You know, like a troupe of, we are the Elder Scrolls cast, right? come watch us unleash theater upon your ears. A treat for the sight, of sight, sound, and soul. All right,
The light
hello.
of the divine still shines in your face. You have been chosen by the gods for a holy mission. Do not fail.
Do you have anything else to say?
Do you still have questions, Crusader?
No, that's all.
Very well, then. The grace of the Nine be with you, Crusader.
Okay. Oh, I can ask about more stuff. How about the relics?
You have achieved what no knight since the legendary Divine Crusader has achieved. You have reassembled Pelinal's holy armor and weapons. You are truly the Divine Crusader reborn. You are ready to face Umaril and destroy him in the name of the 8 and 1.
Okay, how about the 8 and 1?
Just as the 8 aided Pelinal of old, now the Ascended One, Talos, who was Tiber Septum, provides his blessing to you, the new Crusader.
Okay. So back in the time of, like, Sir Emil and Sir Berich, or Berich,
Go now and fulfill.
did they not
your
get the blessing of Tiber Septum of Talos? Because by then, the apotheosis had occurred, right? It wasn't that far removed like was the case with Pelinal. But by the time we roll around to Berich and Emil and the rest of the party of ghosts doing their thing, Talos would have become a reality, right? I think so. Okay. Anything else up here I should be mindful of? These chests repopulated in any way? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. All my good stuff here? Oh yeah, sweet. Okay, great. Do I need anything else, though? Do I need any more, like, healing pots? Let me double check before we get ready to head out. Let's see, restore health, looking good. Magicka, looking fine. Restore fatigue, got plenty. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Should I carry with me the sword and the hammer, the mace? I feel like I should just carry one. You know? And probably the one that I'm more adept at using, honestly. Okay. Let's head down here. Great. Yeah, I'll stow away this sword for now.
Hail, Lord Crusader.
Oh, are y'all going to
Greetings,
Garlas Malatar or Garlas Malatar?
Take care.
Okay, I'll see y'all there. Hey, Sergius, I don't know if you heard.
How about mixing up some potions? Well met.
Okay. I don't think you even know what's going on. Tell me a rumor.
I'm not saying Colovians are dumb. They're just hard-headed.
Wow, what a thing to say. Okay, let's head over here. Any parting words from the rest of the ghost gang?
What is it, Lord Crusader?
No? Nothing?
Walk with the Nine,
See,
sir.
especially now that I have the
Greetings,
sword.
sir.
Knights of the Nine, I can ask Henrik.
We are all reunited once more. You have done what we once thought impossible.
Okay.
Go with
I mean,
virtue.
in spirit, you were all already reunited. Y'all were here.
How may I serve you, Commander? May the Nine guide your way.
Greetings,
Casimir?
Sir Knight.
No?
May the Nine guide your way.
Emil?
I'm at your service, Lord Crusader.
Oh, I can ask again about Berich.
While you may have performed greater deeds, none have meant more to me than your redemption of my friend, Berich. Soon we will all finish our long-delayed journey to Aetherius, and Sir Berich will be among us as of old. Thank you.
Yeah, what kind of fucked up evil curse befell him anyways? Sir Emil, when I went and did battle with the phantasmal apparition of Sir Berich, he didn't look like any of y'all. He looked like a spooky ghost. He didn't have like legs. He didn't have armor. He was like all wispy and shit. He had like his clothing was like tattered rags that draped around. He was like such a spooky like spirit Halloween type of dude. He didn't look like y'all at all. God, what was it? What was he getting?
Greetings, Sir Knight.
Oh, Sir Berich! God, his legs are back. His clothes are normal again, and he has a beard.
You redeemed my soul from the evil that had ensnared me. For that, I am forever in your debt. The old bitterness that seemed so important to me in life. What is that now? How to weigh that against my very soul?
What do you think of the Knights of the Nine?
The Knights of the Nine stand together once again. I would not have thought it possible. We owe you a great debt.
Okay. What do you think of Sir Caius?
The evil took hold of me the day that I slew Sir Caius on the Priory steps. I baited him, knowing his temper. And then I killed him when he drew against me.
Knowing his temper.
I killed him in cold blood. With the holy sword itself. I could have disarmed him. Or wounded him. But a cold pride had taken hold of me. And so I slew him. Went to war. And never returned. The evil grew upon me until I became cruel. A tyrannical ruler. A terror upon the land. In death, evil held me even tighter than in life. Thanks to you, that is all behind me. Sir Caius and I will go to Aetherius side by side, as of old. The gods are truly merciful.
Yeah, tell that to Kellen. How about the sword? What do you think of this? I cleansed it.
I took the sword down
Consecrated
with me
it
into
again.
evil. You have redeemed us both. The gods smile on such deeds, noble knight.
Okay.
Go with virtue.
And Sir Caius?
How may I serve you, Commander?
What do you think of Berich being bad?
You put right the evil that I began through my own weakness. Sir Berich is once again part of our fellowship, and shall be forevermore.
Okay.
May the Nine guide your way.
Junkin?
Greetings, Sir Knight.
Nothing.
May your sword strike
And
true.
Torolf?
How may I serve you, Commander?
Okay.
May your sword strike
And that's
true.
everyone, right? We did talk with
Greetings,
Gregory?
Sir Knight.
Yeah.
Walk with the Nine,
Ooh, what was that?
Sir
It's
Knight.
like an eerie flutter. Okay. I really feel like they probably should not have given us, the player, shadows. since the rest of our body does not cast a shadow. Obviously, we don't see the rest of our body to save on, what do you call it? Resources and all of that. But, what's really odd, too, is that we never see... Oh, look. Oh, it must be a bug. Yeah, for real. So we often aren't meant to see our shadow, then, in first person. Only in third. Oh, it all makes sense, huh? Okay. Well, how do I place the weapon back? Swap relics. Swap sword. There we go. Damn, look at that. Perfectly balanced sword. Incredible. Truly the work of Zenithar. Or whoever the fuck. Yeah, how come this is called the Mace of Zenithar, but that's the, oh no wait, it is the Mace of the Crusader. Who is the sword of? Who is the sword of, then? I don't think we know. It's of Sir Berich. it's of Sir Berich, of course. You damn fool. Okay, let's head on out here. Great. Like I said, I think we're gonna be alright to just head up in here. And take on the dangers that await. No? I think so. Let's see. Umaril the Unfeathered. I've been granted the blessing of Talos by the Prophet. I'm now ready to destroy Umaril. My knights are on their way to Garlas Malatar to prepare for our final assault on his fortress. Okay. Umaril's Bane. Holy Aura. Okay. Good. Anything else I should be aware of? I don't think so. How about the power? Blessing of Talos or whatever it was. Warcry. Blessing of the Eight. Shield on touch. Yeah, I don't have it with me. God, do I need the sword, actually? Do I actually need the sword with me to have it? Hang on, maybe I need that sword, in truth. Maybe I better take it with me. Might actually be exceptionally important. Okay. Let's see, let's get that thing back. Encumbrance be damned, we may actually need it. Okay. Good. Let's head on out, back to Garlas Malatar. And like I said, this is fairly short compared to like Shivering Isles. I would say the Knights of the Nine stuff is maybe about the same length as your run-of-the-mill faction arc in Oblivion, right? Your Mages Guild, your Dark Brotherhood, Fighters Guild to an extent. Fighters Guild's maybe a little bit on the shorter side, you know? Okay. Good. And then... yeah, we've been out there before. Garlas Malatar. Let's do it, baby. Okay. Arrows can be recovered from fallen creatures and characters. Yeah, I did find that my suspicions were correct. In original Oblivion, there was just like a 50% chance that you get your arrow to be recovered. But here in the remaster, it's a 100% guarantee if it gets stuck into the enemy. Let's see, let's get some of these while we're out here. May as well, right? I'm starting to have second thoughts. I'm about not having Fingleam with me. I'm thinking like Fingleam actually may be the way to go. Right? I'm thinking it might actually be extremely important and vital. So where are all the knights at? Whew, look at that. My torch is somehow so powerful it's casting its torchlight upon the sea. Okay. Slipping over. Maybe they're waiting just inside. I've arrived at Garlas Malatar. My sworn foe, Umaril the Unfeathered, awaits me inside. My final duty in my holy quest is to find him and destroy him. Oh my. Let me do a hard save here, just in case. Okay. Sure. Yeah, the rest of the knights are...
so good.
Oh!
I took them. Umaril and his minions cannot stand against the Knights of the Nine.
Do you think we took the
Oh, they're so fucking dead.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Gotta take that. Oh, shock damage on there. Silver arrow. I'm gonna leave the Daedra Heart though.
I'm just warming up.
And one of the knights already felled. Okay. Oh look, I accidentally took a heart. Oh look, he's one of the new recruits too. We just recruited him. Okay.
Umaril and his minions cannot stand against the Knights of the Nine.
Alright, if y'all say so. Y'all need to chill out in here, I think.
Umaril and his minions cannot stand against the Knights of the Nine.
Okay. Alien Reliquary, Lightning Storm. I guess I'll take it. Okay, over here we got some Welkin Stones. Definitely worth taking. Shoot, look at you all. Buffed up. Sir Lathan, still just wearing his tunic. Maybe he'll be the only one to survive all of this. Let's see, I'm gonna drop and get rid of all these Daedra Hearts. Or I'm gonna eat them, actually. Like a complete lunatic. Okay, anything else? Yep, they're going in through here. Alright. Oh, easy there. Sure.
And Mora! Let's get this over with! Back to Oblivion with you!
Whoa.
Definitely taking the soul gems. Those are really worthwhile. Good. Oh my gosh, they are really trying to speedrun this shit. Whew, there are a bunch over here. Alright, this is gonna be it, isn't it? They're gonna fucking die here. Okay, yep. There they all go! Ooh, Gordon, come help me out, bud. This is gonna be a tough one. Okay.
That's the best you can do?
Oh, fuck! Okay, let me get some of my regular healing bound here. Let's see. There we are. Put that on 5. And I guess we ought to apply poison, no? Might be necessary here. Yeah, they are susceptible to it.
You foul beast! Your master's days on!
Okay.
Auriel and the Nine!
Don't feel bad. No one lives forever.
Oh, did they get back up? No, they didn't.
Did you think you were protected from the Crusaders' wrath?
Auriel and the Nine!
There we are. Good. Daedra Hearts. Ebony Ring. Ooh, a Grand Soul Gem. Is it filled? Or is it empty? Wow, it is actually filled. Good gravy, dude. Okay, Lesser Soul Gem. Oh, picked up a Welkin Stone as well. Sir Cyrodiil, slain. Sir Lathan. All that trying to keep him alive, and everybody's just fucking dying now. Right? Shit, we should have just left up that Oblivion Gate. Right? They died in danger at the end of the day anyhow. Jesus, look at this. This guy's carrying around 56 potions of healing. Good God, man. How you gonna carry around 56 of them? Okay, well, sure. Let's see. Potion of healing. I'm putting it on 5. Fuck it. And let me get some, like, feather or whatever. Or strength potion. Fortify strength. I'll take a feather one. Why did they have so many healing potions? And they didn't use them either. Okay, over around here. Anything? Nope. Sir Errolder. Potion of Might. Restore strength. Don't need that. Okay, up and around here. Another route over here. I guess we'll check this out. Anything good? Does this just loop around? Alien chest. Potion of sorcery. Insight. Okay. Another reliquary. Of disbelief. Resist magic. I guess I'll take it. How about up here? Or is this where I came from? Yeah, this is where I just came from. Okay. Let's go and check over this direction. Uh-oh. There's a bunch spawning in now. Fucking A. Okay. Let's get that damage health rolling. Good. Okay. More of it. Thank goodness they're weak to poison. Hang on, what's going on? I just heard a whole bunch of the knights screaming. Okay. Oh yeah, there they are. They're coming in for backup.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed.
There we are. Get this going. I can't jump them yet.
You realize
Did you think Umaril could protect you from the Crusaders' wrath?
For the 9.
Pathetic worm.
Good stuff. Okay. Anything else on them? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, a gold necklace. I guess I'll take that. Okay. Let's see. How about over here? Let me heal myself up too while we're moving around. Sir Gaymond. Okay. And this is the loop around, right? This is where we had the teams split up. Okay. Yeah. Great. And then let's head up and over here. Out this way. Good. Well, there's another chest. Weak potion of sorcery. I guess I'll take it. Another reliquary. Let's get repaired up. Okay, in we go. Okay, we've got 4 nights remaining. By the end of this, I suspect we will have 0. Okay, push block. Whew, look at all this. Looks pretty damn cool.
Knights of the Nine.
Okay, and then let's get our poisons rolling.
Follow me.
Destroy the orb!
Destroy the orb! Okay, is that what I gotta do? Okay.
Do your worst.
I'm just
Here we are, let's get more poisons.
warming up, you pathetic worm.
It's no bad. Grant you mercy.
More of these.
I shall not.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
Got another one over here.
Why won't you stay there?
Whew, fucking A.
Your master's days are numbered!
She's so fucking pissed. Okay. She might be the only one to survive all this. No way. Look at how many are still here. Yeah, they're all coming back, aren't they? Yeah, we do have to destroy the orb. Braville. Okay, over here.
Did you think Umaril could protect you from the Crusaders' wrath?
How do you get up? Thedred is unconscious. Okay. Oh, over and around this way. Okay. Yeah, I think they just keep getting up and up. Non-stop. Take that. Good. Another push block. May as well push it. Here's the orb. Destroy orb. Woo! Cool. Orb destroyed. Did any of them survive? I heard someone yelling to remember, but that may have been their last call. Okay. Well, I guess we're going over here. How about this big old barrier? Sort of ghost fence. Can we do anything with this? No. Jeez, look at the... Man, you know what? I said look at this ghost fence. Jeez, those are some ghost fence ass looking pixels. Look at that. The resolution on this magical effect. Jeez, maybe Morrowind had higher resolution on the ghost fence texture, like special effect or whatever. Look at that. Holy hell. Okay. Well, let's go over here. Get some repairs going. Why not? Did it just get blown up again? I think so. Okay. Cure poison. I guess I'll take it. A couple more Welkin stones. Why not? Let's head on through. Okay. Then, up in here. Oh my gosh, we're getting lasered big time. More dudes pouring out somewhere. Ring of Aegis, Grand Soul Gem, Voice of Rapture. I'm leaving it. Anything else up in here? Another chest. Weak Potion of Sorcery. I'll take that. Okay. Let's get Gordon out here. And let's apply some poisons. Oops. Good. Let's see. Maybe I should apply... Yeah, I'll put these on 4 again. Or on my bar again, at least. Ooh, I'm encumbered. Okay, let me tend to that real quick. We'll take another feather potion. Let's see. Feather. Perfect. Okay, what have you got? Grand Soul Gem, possibly filled with a Grand Soul. Let's drink some more of these shit potions. Clear them out. They're 0.5 apiece. Over here. Alright. Is it Umaril battle time? Is this it? I don't remember. Okay. Oh! Hang on, is Umaril voiced by Wes Johnson too? Okay. Elno, huh? Like Elno Faye? Good. Hooray! I have destroyed Umaril's physical form. If the prophet told me true, I must cast the blessing of Talos on myself, and I will follow Umaril's spirit to a place where he can be destroyed. Okay. How about your sword? Umaril's sword? Should I take that? Is that thing any good? I guess it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna... I can carry it for now. Alright. Take a whole bunch of these. Varlas stones. Okay. And then let's get these repaired. And let me do another hard save here. Good. And then let's cast it. Let's see. Blessing of Talos. There we go. 30 seconds. Fortifies strength, endurance. Drains speed and agility, though. Whoa. Well, I can't move or anything. I can only spin around. Was there a load screen originally when you did that? Can Gordon also fly up here with us? Or is Gordon just gonna immediately drop? Yeah, Gordon can also fucking fly. Hell yeah. Okay. Has anyone ever successfully translated this? Oh shit, oh no, I'm falling. Okay. God, it sounded like the game just crashed. It sounded like the game just fucking crashed. Okay. Umaril is utterly destroyed. I've completed my holy quest.
Crusader, arise. Stand and face the light. Breathe again and receive.
Did you see that? Berich just disappeared.
You have completed your divine task. You have restored the order. You have defeated the enemy of the Nine. The order shall serve as the sword and the shield of the Nine in the dark times to come. We owe you a debt of thanks. You have succeeded where we could not. You and your knights have held true to your purpose. At long last, our purgatory is at an end. We go to the glory of the Nine to serve in their host in the life beyond this one. You may call upon our spirits when you need us. Simply pray at our tombs, and each of us will grant you a blessing from the Nine. May your sword serve the Nine all the days of your life, Crusader.
I didn't use a sword.
Farewell.
God, hell yeah. Wow, my God. Oh, praise the Nine. Praise the Nine, baby. Praise the Nine. I want their boons.
Never allow the beauty of the world to be lost on your eyes.
Well, I can actually hear him talking to me.
Kinnereth grants you the swiftness of the wild.
Cool.
Lord Akatosh lends you his might. When your own strength fails you, trust in the Nine.
Zenithar grants you good fortune. May you always endeavor to become the master of your craft.
The Great Mother endures. Mara grants you her endurance. When all else fails you, look to love for the power to carry on.
All that lives will die, and all that is dead will live again. Arche grants you the will to reverse the cycle.
Stendarr grants you the gift of legerity. Always be swift to protect.
Legerity.
And swift.
And the last one?
Julianus blesses you with his wisdom and his guidance. Trust in your knowledge, for it is the whole of who you are.
Lord Akatosh lends you his might.
Hang on, am I only getting one of each? Am I only getting one of each? Oh, fuck. I think so. Okay. Yeah, I only get one of every blessing. I mean, shit, maybe the Fortified Strength one is the best one. Right? To just always have Fortified Strength until we become sinful. Let's see here. Let's go deposit our stuff. Oh wow, someone survived.
How can this be? You're alive.
You're
It's a
alive.
miracle. I heard voices in the Undercroft, and I came to investigate. You vanished in Garlas Malatar. After the battle, we searched further into the ruin and found you next to Umaril's corpse. You had no wounds on your body, but you were dead. I saw it with my own eyes. You did not draw breath. We laid you to rest in the Undercroft. We kept your death a secret. We feared what would happen if our enemies thought you were dead.
Okay. Well, Sir Thedret, by the 8 and the 1, I am born again! The wonders of the 9 are many. Even death cannot stop the divine Crusader. or just the Crusader. The wonders of the 9 are many, Sir Thedret.
Indeed, they are. We knew you had succeeded in destroying Umaril's physical form, but it seemed that you had met the same fate as Pelennor Whitestrake. Tell me, was Umaril destroyed?
I have severed his very soul. Of course, I destroyed him utterly. I've severed his very soul.
Then he is destroyed. We've won, and you're alive. I have to tell the others.
Are the others still alive too? Did they all get revived? Okay, let's find out. He just goes to the graveyard. It's actually very somber. Oh my
Knights of the
god!
Nine, hear me. Today we have witnessed undeniable proof of the strength and the might of the gods we serve. Slain in battle with the dread Umaril.
These are generic Knights of the
By
Nine.
the grace and mercy of the Nine, the Crusader lives again. How can this be, you ask? What of our foe? What has become of Umaril the Unfeathered? Umaril has been slain by the Crusader. His very spirit cast into the void and destroyed for all eternity. He will never rise again. Let us give thanks to the Nine. By their power, the Crusader has rid the world of
Cal is giving
Umaril
thanks.
forever. Hail the Lord Crusader! Hail, hail, hail,
Crusaders
are risen!
Hail!
Commander.
Greetings, Sir Knight.
Oh, greetings. Greetings to you, Sir Knight, as well. Tell me of the Knights of the Nine.
The Order lives once more. Pellinal himself would be proud of what we've accomplished.
And what do you think of
He
Umaril?
will trouble us no more, thanks to you.
Wonderful. Tell me more about the
The
Knights.
Knights of the Nine have prevailed over Umaril. Truly, the gods have shown us favor.
And again about Umaril.
Umaril is no more. He and his minions are defeated, and our chapels are safe again. All hail the Divine Crusader!
More about Umaril.
You have done what Pellinal Whitestrake himself could not, and have banished Umaril once and for all. The whole of Tamriel is in your debt.
I guess I'm just, fucking built different. Guess I'm just better than Pellinal Whitestrake.
Take care.
Okay. Hey, Sir
What
Thedric.
is it, Lord Crusader?
Oh, no, nothing new.
Commander.
Okay, let's head on back in here. Certainly, we do need to
Greetings, Sir
Hail,
Knight.
Sir Knight.
stash some of
Is it a
this
good
crap.
time? We need to talk.
What is it? Has the Priory been breached? Have the dead risen?
We must deal with that situation in Daggerfall. You know,
Sir Knight,
the ghost,
I would speak with
dead
you.
king, or
Yes,
some
Brother
such.
Knight. What's on your mind?
I
You're
was just
right, of
thinking about
course.
Sir Avita.
How do you
Sometimes I
propose
forget
we
she's
proceed?
Our
Wait to
first
hear
step
her
is
laugh
informing the
from
others, of
the
course.
Priory.
The Knights of the Nine must be one,
remember.
in both voice
Don't
and
worry,
action.
we all miss her.
I find your words
She was
truly
a fine
inspiring,
knight
my
and
friend.
died in
Let me go
service to
now
Kinnereth
and think
and the
upon
Nine.
all you've said.
Try
We'll
to
speak
let
again
that be a
later.
comfort to you.
Until later, Sir
I
Knight.
should have known I was not alone. I should return to my duties now, but I'll think on what you said. Thank you.
Sir
Until
Thedric is going to
later, Sir
mourn the
Knight.
loss of every single
A
other
moment,
knight.
If you please, good sir. We should speak.
What is it? Has the Priory been
Hail,
breached?
Sir Knight.
Have the dead
Hail.
risen?
I've been thinking. We need to make our presence known throughout all the Empire. Make people feel truly safe once more.
Okay. Let's see. Let me pop some crap in here now. Is Umaril's sword a unique model, or is it just an elven sword? Oh, shit. Let's see here. I'm not sure. I think it might just be an elven sword. Granted, maybe it wasn't always just an elven sword. Maybe
You're
it
right, of
did have a
course.
unique model. Let's see here. Let me deposit these into this. Good. And then... I guess I can... Yeah, I'll stow away this sword, because I don't need it right now.
Well, we'll need
And don't
weapons,
even use
of
it.
course, and armor, provisions, traveling expenses, scrolls, and potions too. I'd
Oh yeah, you got Knight of the Night. You gotta make that business
truly
expense.
Inspiring, my friend. let me go now and think
Greetings,
upon
Sir Knight.
all you've said. We'll speak again later.
Greetings, Sir Knight.
Right then.
Okay, let's go down here. We'll finally plop that sword back, I think. Over here. Good. Let me get some repairs going, too. Why not? Okay, we should probably check what all of these things do, though. Swap relics. Swap sword. Good. Okay, so Sir Emil. So this is the Akatosh one. Let's see. Blessing of Akatosh. Good God, we'll never know. Hang on, let me swap everything back. Place all relics. There we go. And this will make it easier to tell, I think. Yeah, Akatosh gives you strength, so we have less things to scroll through. Ralvis. Fortify luck, probably the worst one. Thanks for nothing, Zenithar. Sir Gregory is giving me Dibella, which makes sense. Personality. Hang on, are there going to be... Is there one for every attribute? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I wonder. One for every attribute, and then
swiftness of the wild.
Talos for the 9th one, which I don't know what it would be. Okay. Yeah, Kinnerous Blessing, giving us speed.
The great mother endures.
Mara's endures. Endurance.
Mara grants you
All
her
that
endurance.
lives will die. And
All that lives will die. Willpower.
all that is
else
dead will
fails
live
you.
again.
Look to
Arche
love
grants
for
you the
power
will to
carry on.
reverse the cycle. Juliana's
Henrik. Intelligence from Julianos. Caius giving me personality.
trust in your knowledge.
Well, now hang on.
Always be swift to protect.
Oh, because there isn't a 9th one. Oh. Because Sir Berich isn't buried here, so we don't even need to worry about that. The 9th knight is missing. Oh, okay. Well, how about that? Well, we definitely want the Arche one. At least for the time being. Okay, and then I'll take these. Thank you. And I'll take the mace, at least for now. Alright, let's get these equipped. There we are. Put that back on 1. Am I fully geared up? I think so. Yeah. And let's make sure we get them fully capped out and repaired. Easy armor XP though, right? Wonderful. Okay, yeah, so there you have it, Knights of the Nine. Cool. A fun one, right? One that, frankly, given how closely involved it is with the various chapels, I can't help but wonder if this is something that they either had to cut or that they had plans for in pre-production and they simply didn't have the time nor the, like, disk space. They're like, we'll just make it the first expansion, whatever. You know? Because in the same way that you travel between different guild halls and all of that, in different cities, you are kind of making the rounds. Not entirely, but you don't do that as well for every guild hall, right? You don't go to every guild hall for each guild arc, except for, I guess, the Mages Guild, right? I guess the Mages Guild you do. But, you know, in the same way that there was originally planned to be arenas everywhere in every city, you've got a chapel in every city, and you do go to quite a few of them. I wonder if that was it. If it was originally in the cards. Okay.
Hail, Commander.
Hail.
What is it, Lord Crusader?
Okay, I can have
Tell
you
me
come
more.
with me. Alright, alright.
Take care.
Good.
Yes, Commander.
There we go. They're not gonna eat all my shit, are they? I hope not. My strong pants and Umaril's sword. How much encumbrance is Umaril's sword? Good God. Is it a two-hander? It weighs 66 units. Oh, it is a two-hander. Okay. Umaril wields it with one hand.
Commander.
But Umaril was a giant of a fucking monster man. Okay. Good. Well, there you go. Knights of the Nine, right? I think this is a good point to begin our quest in... Oh. Where's Prior Mabel at? Where is Prior Mabel? Maybe back over at Garlas Malatar. Let's see, if I fast travel right here to the Priory of the Nine, will Prior Mabel manifest? She better. She damn well better. Hey, yes she did. Good shit. Good stuff, Prior Mabel. Okay. Well, as I was about to say, when next we return, I think maybe this is as good of a time as any. We're fucking level 13, right? Or 30. Yeah, it's time to start back up the Mages Guild, and we'll finally get the proper narrative beats. We got a little bit of hint of what was going on with the Mages Guild as we were gathering recommendations and all of that, you know? But nothing compared to what you get as you're actually going through the stuff that you see after you've gotten every single recommendation. Alright, however, if you'd like to stick around, we will be doing a little bit of reading. And what are we reading this time but, well, why not the Song of Pelennor? You know, we have finished the Knights of the Nine. What better time? How many of these should we read? I'm thinking 2 or 4. 2 or 4 a pop. I do have all of them, correct? I do. Okay. Alright. Well, if you'll excuse me real quick, I am going to take a quick drink here before we begin. Apologies. Alright. The Song of Pelennor, Volume 1. The Song of Pelennor, Volume 1. On His Name. Editor's note, Volumes 1 through 6 are taken from the so-called Raymond manuscript, located in the Imperial Library. It is a transcription of older fragments collected by an unknown scholar of the early Second Era. Beyond this, little is known of the original sources of these fragments, some of which appear to be from the same period, perhaps even from the same manuscript. But, as no scholarly consensus yet exists on dating these 6 fragments, no opinions will be offered here. Maybe we should just read 6 of them and then the last... what? 2? Yeah, maybe that's how we should do it. That he took the name Pelennor was passing strange, no matter his later sobriquets? I've heard this word before, but I forgot how you say it. Which were many. That was an elvish name, and Pelennor was a scourge on that race, and not much given to irony. Pelennor was much too grim for that. Even in youth, he wore white hair, and trouble followed him. Perhaps his enemies named Pelennor of their own tongue. Perhaps his enemies named Pelennor of their own, in their tongue. But that is doubtful, for it means glorious knight, and he was neither to them. Certainly many others added to that name during his days in Tamriel, when he was Pelennor the Whitestrake, because of his left hand, made of a killing light. He was Pelennor the Bloody, for he drank it in victory. He was Pelennor Insurgent, because he gave the Crusades a face. He was Pelennor in Triumph, as the words eventually became synonymous, and men-at-arms gave thanks to the Eight when they saw his banner coming through war. He was Pelennor the Blamer, for he was quick to admonish those allies of his that favored tactics that ran counter to his, that is, sword theory. And he was Pelennor III, though whether this was because some said he was a god geyser who had incarnated twice before already, or that simpler, he was the third vision given to Perif, anon Alessia. in her prayers of liberation before he walked among the quarters of rebellion is unknown. Right. And the big takeaway that people always have here, I think sword theory, there's some deeper lore to that of sword theory. Right? But when I begin to think of sword theory, I start to conflate it with what little I know of lore in Destiny, because there's also similar stuff there, right? I think there's some deeper, more esoteric, but ultimately unimportant stuff involving sword theory. But the big takeaway here is his left hand made of a killing light, which you could interpret as being magic, right? You could just interpret, oh, it's magic. He's a paladin of sorts. Of course, he will use magic, whether it be destruction or restoration, and cast magic, and it will do damage that kills people, you know? A bright light shoots out of his hand. So too have people read into this as meaning, and I think maybe further volumes or a separate book elsewhere allude to the fact that Pelinal might be a cyborg, right? That there's a way in which you can interpret this, and of course it being Elder Scrolls, is that Pelinal was also a cyborg and his left hand was cybernetic. Elder Scrolls, huh? Okay. Let's see. The Song of Pelinal, Volume 2. Volume 2 on his coming. Let's see here. Editor's note, Volumes 1 through 6. Okay, is this the same as before? Yeah. And then, Perif spoke to Handmaiden again, eyes to the heavens which had not known kindness since the beginning of elven rule. And she spoke as a mortal, whose kindle is beloved by the gods for its strength in weakness, a humility that can burn with metaphor, and yet break easily and always doomed to end in death, and this is why those who let their souls burn anyway are beloved of the dragon and his kin. And she said, and this thing I have thought of, I have named it, and I call it freedom, which I think is just another word for Shazar who goes missing. You made the first rain at his sundering, and that is what I ask now for our alien masters, that we might sunder them fully and repay their cruelty by dispersing them to drown in the Topol. Morrowind, your son, mighty and snorting, gore-horned, winged, and when he flies down, let him bring us anger. And then, Kine granted Perif another symbol, a diamond soaked red with the blood of elves, whose facets could unsector and form into a man whose every angle could cut her jailers and a name, Pelin El, which is the Star-Made Knight. And he was arrayed in armor from the future time, and he walked into the jungles of Cyrodiil, already killing, Morrowind stamping at his side, froth bloody and bellowing from excitement, because the Pelinal was come. And Pelinal came to Perif's camp of rebels, holding his sword and mace, both encrusted with the smashed viscera of elven faces, feathers, and magic beads, which were the markings of the Eliadun, stuck to the redness that hung from his weapons, and he lifted them, saying, "These were their eastern chieftains, no longer full of their talking." Right. More stuff about, Pelinal at least being from the future, in some way, it seems, you know? Arrayed in armor from the future time. Exactly what does that mean? Is he a cyborg? How advanced is the technology? Who could say? The Star-Made Knight. But I do think the Star-Made Knight works also in the sense of it just being like a kind of beautiful turn of phrase, right? In that the Star-Made Knight, you know, in the more like celestial sense, you know, in the more cosmological sense, the Star-Made Knight, but also the Star-Made Knight, like, he's a guy, you know? Okay. Let's see. Well, fuck it. We're going through these at a rapid pace. Volume 3. On his enemy, especially since we don't have to read this, basically, first page. Pellinal Whitestrake was the enemy of all elf kind that lived in Cyrodiil in those days. Mainly, though, he took it upon himself to slay the sorcerer kings of the Ayleids in pre-arranged open combats, rather than at war. The fields of rebellion he left to the growing armies of the Paravania and his bull nephew. Pellinal called out Heramir of Copper and Tea into a duel at the Tor, and ate his neck veins while screaming praise to Raymond, a name no one knew yet. Gordhauer, the Shaper's head, was smashed upon the goat-faced altar of Ninindava, and in his wisdom Pellinal said a small plague spell to keep the evil from reforming by welkind magic. Later that season, Pellinal slew Hadhul on the granite steps of Seatar, the Fire King's spears knowing their first refute. For a time, no weapon of the Ayleids could pierce his armor, which Pellinal admitted was unlike any crafted by men, but would say no more even when pressed. For a time, no weapon of the Ayleids could pierce his armor, which Pellinal admitted was unlike any crafted by men. Yeah. When Huna, whom Pellinal raised from grain slave to hoplite and loved well, took death from an arrowhead made from the beak of Selethel, the singer, the Whitestrake went on his first madness. He wrought destruction from Narlamay all the way to Cyrodiil, and erased those lands from the maps of elves and men, and all things in them. And Perif was forced to make sacrifice to the gods to keep them from leaving the earth in their disgust. And then came the storming of White Gold, where the Ayleids had made pact with the Aurorans of Meridia, and summoned them and appointed the terrible and golden-hued half-elf, Umaril the Unfeathered, as their champion. And, for the first time since his coming, it was Pellinal who was called out to battle by another, for Umaril had the blood of the Ada, and would never know death. And a lot of these, like, proper nouns, like Ninindava, Selethilel, I don't fucking know them. A lot of these I don't know. This is a sort of madness, right? The writing here, the prose, takes on a sort of madness as not unlike what is present in Morrowind's 36 Lessons of Vivek, right? This is a very similar, like, degree of mysticism and madness. Okay. The Song of Pellinal, Volume 4. On his deeds. Pellinal drove the sorcerer armies past the Niben, claiming all the eastern lands for the rebellion of the Paravania, and Kyne had to send her rain to wash the blood from the villages and forts that no longer flew Ayleid banners, for the armies of men needed to make camps of them as they went forward. And he broke the doors open for the prisoners of Vatash, with the slave queen flying on Morahouse above them, and men called her Al-Esh for the first time. He entered the gate to win back the hands of the 1,000-strong Sidor, a tribe now unknown but famous in those days, which the Ayleids had stolen in the night. 2,000 hands that he brought back in a wagon made of demon bone, whose wheels trailed the sound of women when ill at heart. Text lost. And after, the first pogrom, which consolidated the northern holdings for the men of Creeth. He stood with white hair gone brown with elf blood at the bridge of Helden, where Perif's falconers had sent for the Nords, and they, looking at him, said that Shor had returned, but he spat at their feet for profaning that name. He led them anyway into the heart of the hinterland west, to drive the Ayleids inward, towards the Tower of White Gold, a slow retreating circle that could not understand the power of man's sudden liberty. and what fury idea that brought. His mace crushed the thunder knocks that Umaril sent as harriers on the rebellion's long march back south and east, and carried Morrowind's breath of kine to Zalthus, the clever cutting man, a need with a Keptu name, for healing when the bull had fallen to a volley of bird beaks, and of course, at the Council of Skiffs, where all of Paravania's armies and all of the Nords shook with fear at the storming of White Gold, so much so that the Al-Esh herself counseled delay. Pellinal grew furious and made names of Umaril, and made names of what cowards he thought he saw around him, and then made for the tower by himself, for Pellinal often acted without thought. Okay. Oh, whoops. 5. On his love of Morrowind. It is a solid truth that Morrowind was the son of Kine, but whether or not Pellinal was indeed the Shezarene is best left unsaid. For once, Plantinu, who favored the short sword, said it, and that night he was smothered by moths. It is famous, though, that the two talked of each other as family, with Morrowind as the lesser, and that Pellinal loved him and called him nephew, but these could be merely the fancies of immortals. Never did Pellinal counsel Morrowind in time of war, for the man-bull fought magnificently and led men well, and never resorted to madness. But the White Strake did warn against the growing love with Perif. We are Ada, more, and change things through love. We must take care lest we beget more monsters on this earth. If you do not desist, she will take to you, and you will transform all Cyrodiil if you do this. And to the bull, and to this, the bull became shy, for he was a bull, and he felt his form too ugly for the Parvania at all times, especially when she disrobed him. He snorted, though, and shook his nose hoop into the light of the Secunda moon and said, "She is like the shine on my nose hoop, here. An accident sometimes, but whenever I move my head at night, she is there. And so you know, what you ask is impossible." Yeah, this Pellinal warning Morrowind of the, I don't know, birth, I guess, of Minotaur. Okay. How fucking weird this is. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's fucking keep going. And is madness capital M madness? Is this like also their interpretation of Chim as we know it in Morrowind as it pertains to the Tribunal, as it pertains to the 36 lessons? Madness and Chim are two sides of the same coin, I believe. Okay. The Song of Pellinal, which for those who are unaware and think that this is just really a fucking wild ride, I mean, you're right. In Elder Scrolls lore, the closest thing, like, I guess what you could refer to as Chim is like divine nirvana, right? Is the best way to think of it. It is a divine nirvana that affects different people differently, you know, and has been attained by not many people, including like deific beings, right? It's nirvana. It's a divine type of magical nirvana that everybody gets in a different way. That's the simplest way to put it. On his madness. Volume 6. And it is said that he emerged into the world like a Padomaic, that is, born by Sithis, and all the forces of change therein. Still others, like Fift of New Teed, say that beneath the Pellinal star armor was a chest that gaped open to show no heart, only a red rage-shaped diamond fashion, singing like a mindless dragon, and that this was proof that he was a myth echo, and that where he trod were shapes of the first urging. Pellinal cared for none of this, and killed any who would speak god logic, except for fair Perif, who he said enacts rather than talks, as language without exertion is dead witness. Enacts rather than talks, as language without exertion is dead witness. When those soldiers who heard him say this stared blankly, he laughed and swung his sword, running into the rain of kine to slaughter their Ayleid captives, screaming, "O Akka, for our shared madness I do this. I watch you, watching me, watching back. Umaril dares call us out, for that is how we made him." And it was during these fits of anger and nonsense that Pelennor would fall into the madness, where whole swaths of lands were devoured in divine rampage to become void, and Alesia would have to pray to the gods for their succor, and they would reach down as one mind and soothe the Whitestrake until he no longer had the will to kill the earth in whole. And Garid, of the men of Gi, once saw such a madness from afar and maneuvered, after it had abated, to drink together with Pelennor, and he asked what such an affliction felt like, to which Pelennor could only answer, like when the dream no longer needs its dreamer. Right. Which I think this is the line that alludes to Pellennor's madness being Chim, or being of it. Which this is getting into greater Elder Scrolls lore and nonsense, which is so esoteric, it doesn't really matter. It's just there for fun, right? This is Elder Scrolls lore, which is so nonsensical that it really doesn't matter. You don't really need to know about this shit, right? You just need to know that Pelennor was a mighty man. He was young and in his prime. He was maybe from the future. Maybe his body was fucking weird. And maybe he was a cyborg and he killed a shitload of aliens and fucking hated them. And honestly, maybe he should have. He was probably good for it too, because they were wretched slavers, the aliens. They enslaved and tortured and did all kinds of horrible things, right? Maybe he was right for it. They were truly bad. They were truly bad and were met with a sort of equal horror in the form of Pelennor. Right? Who else? Pelennor, the sort of doom guy of Elder Scrolls canon. But this, like when the dream no longer needs its dreamer, this is referring to the Godhead, which I say exasperated and with a sort of sigh in my breath. This is the really weird fucking deep lore that gets fucking bizarre. Wherein the sort of world of the Elder Scrolls begins to acknowledge itself of being a dream, being a dream, which, you know, in a sense means it is self-aware that it is a game. And there is stuff about the Godhead, which implies there being some sort of creator above all, which in this sense becomes like a metatextual commentary, I think, on the people who develop the game, right? Whoever is on the development team when the game is made, they are the sum of the Godhead, right? They are the Godhead who come up with the dream, and we are the actors that go through the dream. We have some amount of agency, but still we are ultimately a prisoner bound by prophecy as told by the Godhead, as told by the dream, and we can enact a lot of things, but all of them are still dictated by the dream, right? It's very esoteric. I don't even fully understand a lot of it. People who say that they do fully understand all of it, I don't believe them. I think they're lying, right? I think you're meant to not fully understand it. I think it is meant to be very difficult to nail down, very like effervescent in and of itself, very like liquid. Not a lot of it is solid. This is like the truest, purest form of Elder Scrolls lore, undiluted, pure Elder Scrolls lore, where truly it can mold to any form, right? Like I'm so keen to say that my favorite part of Elder Scrolls lore is that so much of it can change at a whim to suit the game that it is ready to present, right? The truest freedom is that you have all these commonalities and parts, and you can shape them as you see fit to tell a good story, whether that be a full canon-ass game or spin-off stuff that that players like you and I may create or partake in, mods, stuff like that. Your own headcanon, if you will, right? In this sense, right, it's sort of the nature of the lore. I don't know. Like I said, it acknowledges itself. This isn't a self-acknowledgement. It's fucking weird. It's unimportant. It means nothing beyond the metatextual commentary. Maybe it will mean something if they want a game in the future to get a whole lot into meta commentary on what it means to like make a world, and have it change hands. Right, that would be fucking cool if it actually did have some bearing in some sort of like narrative commentary on like creative processes and like what it mean. Like I said, what it means to be the Godhead, to be part of a being that inhabits the Godhead or whatever that would be considered it. Right, the Godhead is referred to as like a singular entity, but I don't know. I guess I've always thought of it to be like a summation of various beings, right? Sort of referred to as the Godhead. Because to me, it seems very clear that's meant to be the Godhead is like the development team, right? In any form, whether you're like putting code together, you're placing like plants around, you're modeling out meshes for armor, you're doing writing. You're voice acting, right? You're doing maintenance on the computers that people work upon. You are part of the Godhead, right? In that sense, you are part of the team that makes it a reality. You are the dreamer. You are the dreamer, and this is the dream. Every game is a dream in and of itself, right? Okay, I don't know if that fucking makes any sense, but in some ways, it shouldn't. Okay. The Song of Pelennor, Volume 7. Volume 7, on his battle with Umaril and his dismemberment. Editor's note. This fragment comes from a manuscript recovered from the ruins of the Elysian Orders Monastery at Lake Canulis, which dates to sometime prior to the War of Righteousness, the First Era, 2321. However, textual analysis suggests that this fragment actually preserves a very early form of the song, perhaps from the mid-6th century. And so, after many battles with Umaril's allies where dead Aurorans lay like candlelight around the throne, the Pelennor became surrounded by the last alien sorcerer kings, and their demons, each one heavy with Varlians. The White Strake cracked the floor with his mace, and they withdrew. And he said, "Bring me Umaril that called me out." And while mighty in his aspect and wicked, deathless golden Umaril favored ruin from afar over close combat, and so he tarried in the shadows of the White Tower before coming forth. More soldiers were sent against Pelennor to die, and yet they managed to pierce his armor with axes and arrows, for Umaril had wrought each one by long Varlians, which he had been hoarding since his first issue of Challenge. Presently, the half-elf showed himself bathed in meridian light, and he listed his bloodline in the Eliadun and spoke of his father, a god of the previous Kalpa's world river, and taking great delight in the heavy breathing of Pelennor, who had finally bled. Text loss. And Umaril was laid low, the angel face of his helm dented into an ugliness which made Pelennor laugh, and his unfeathered wings broken off with sword strokes delivered while Pelennor stood frothing above him, insulting his ancestry and anyone else that took ship from old El Nofé, which angered the other elvish kings and drove them to a madness of their own. And they fell on him, speaking to their weapons, cutting the Pelennor into eighths, while he roared in confusion, which even the Council of Skiffs could hear. Text lost. Ran when Mor shook the whole of the tower with mighty bashing from his horns the next morning, and some were slain in overabundance, in the taking, and men looked for more aliens to kill, but Pelennor had left none save for those kings and demons that had already begun to flee. It was Morrowind who had found the White Strake's head, which the kings had left to prove their deeds, and they spoke, and Pelennor said things of regrets, but the rebellion had turned anyway, and more words were said between these immortals that even the Paravant could not deign to hear. What the fuck? Let's see here. Presently, the half-elf showed himself bathed in meridian light, and he listed his bloodline in the Aelia Dune, and spoke of his father, a god of the previous Kalpa's world river, and taking great delight in the heavy breathing of Pelennor, who had finally bled. So, in this sense, Umaril the Unfeathered is also... This is me questioning it. I'm not sure. I don't know for certain. This is me asking, I guess. Either rhetorically, or I guess if you know, literally. Kalpa here, meaning like different circle of existence. Cycle of existence. Right? We are in one Kalpa. For instance, this was the danger of Skyrim, where in Alduin was threatening to devour the world and all existence, ending the Kalpa and thus beginning another Kalpa. We prevented that in Skyrim, and in some ways, perhaps unnaturally extended the existence of the Kalpa that we are undergoing, this cycle of existence. And it is unnaturally continuing on past a point where it should have ended. The idea here being that Umaril, his father, is a god from another Kalpa is really wild. It implies that he is potentially like not even a time traveler, but a dimension traveler. If you assume that dimensions like eras in Elder Scrolls lore, like churn, they turn, they continue onward, they progress, they proceed. Is the implication then that also Pelennor is from a different Kalpa if he's from the future? But I guess it's not necessarily, right? There's nothing that says one way or the other that Pelennor is from a future Kalpa if Umaril is from a past Kalpa. It may be that Pelennor is from this same Kalpa, just from the future. There's nothing that dictates that Pelennor is from a separate Kalpa. And yet, somehow someone knows. How do you know that something is of a different Kalpa? How do you know? Who would know? Who the fuck wrote this? Like, not within like the terms of like who wrote this in real life, who wrote this book, who did this writing, because I think we all have an idea of who did this. But what character wrote this? Whose interpretation is this? Right? And of course, given Elder Scrolls lore, just to take a step back, a lot of this, this is interpretation. At any point, this could be deemed inaccurate or more could come to light. Something like that, It's all eternally effervescent in that sense. Anyway, weird to consider that Umaril is also some sort of monster through time or through existence. Okay, Volume 8. On his revelation at the death of the Al-Esh, that being Alesia, right? Alesia. Editor's note, this is the oldest and most fragmentary of all the extant Pelennor texts. It is, however, likely closest to the original spoken or sung form of the song, and therefore has great value despite its brevity. Strangely, it appears that Pelennor was present at Alesia's deathbed, although he was killed by Umaril earlier in the saga, years before Alesia's death. Some scholars believe that this fragment is not actually a part of the Song of Pelennor, but most accept its authenticity, although there is still much debate as to its significance. And left you to gather sinew with my other half, who will bring light thereby to the mortal idea that brings the gods' great joy, that is freedom, which even the heathens do not truly know, which is why our Father, the text lost, in those first days spirit swirls before convention, that which we echoed in our earthly madness. Let us now take you up. We will show our true faces, which eat one another in amnesia each age. What? Left you to gather sinew with my other half, who will bring light thereby to the mortal idea that brings the gods great joy, that is freedom, which even the heavens do not truly know. Which even the heavens do not truly know. Is that also acknowledgement of the Godhead? Which is why our Father, the so-and-so, in those first days before convention, that which we echoed in our earthly madness. Let us now take you up. We will show our true faces, which eat one another in amnesia each age. I think this is yet again more metatextual commentary on, like, which eat one another in amnesia each age is almost like, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that not like a diegetic way of conveying retconning? Yeah, I think all this weird fucking shit at like the highest levels of Elder Scrolls lore, with shit like Kalpa, Godhead, all this stuff, people achieving Chim, recognizing that like they're like even gods are bound by something, they're prisoners within the dream. I think there is actually opportunity there for like actually good writing that isn't just like esoteric nonsense. It's kind of fucking cool, but ultimately is meaningless. There's opportunity to give it meaning by it like having commentary on, right? You could wield that to like be commentary on the process of game development, specifically Elder Scrolls games, you know? Like right now, I think it's actually ripe for opportunity given the fact that Elder Scrolls 6 is now so far removed from Elder Scrolls 5 whenever 6 eventually lands. Right? There could be some sort of wild commentary on the idea of like the amount of stress that would be put upon a dev team. You know, the amount of like, how do you live up to the expectations and how it only gets, those expectations only spin more out of control, you know, as time goes on, as you get further out. I think there's a lot of room for like I said, metatextual commentary on the creative process of making a game, of making specifically an Elder Scrolls game. There's room for that. They just haven't really done anything with it other than acknowledged itself, right? Which is kind of neat in and of itself, but ultimately, like I said, is meaningless. Like it bears no fruit. It like there's no good storytelling being had here. If you want to bring in something to where like there's a deep ass level of Elder Scrolls lore where it acknowledges itself, I do want there to be some sort of commentary on the creative process, right? Or on the idea of, right, the dream changing hands. You know, the idea of Elder Scrolls being made by different people as time goes on. You know, I feel like there's room for that. And as well, you could even... What I'd really think would be fucking wild is if they used it to, like, begin to consider modding. You know, there's room for Elder Scrolls lore, this degree of really weird, and ultimately inconsequential to, like, the player and the, like, moment-to-moment gameplay, you know. There's room for that to be... For you to comment on, like, the contributions of modders. Whether it be, like, lore-friendly stuff that attempts to be canon, or is, like, as close to canon as you could get without actually being it, to stuff that is, you know, absurdly not canon. You know, where it's like we put Thomas the Tank Engine into our game, into your game. You know, we have altered the dream in this way. Right? I think there's room for that. And frankly, I think that might be the angle in which you would want to go too. Because there's some unique stuff about the Elder Scrolls as an IP that you could comment on. Like it being so long running, there being a not insignificant amount of people who have worked on a whole bunch of them, right? Even going up to Elder Scrolls 6, there will be a significant amount of people who worked on Skyrim and past games, right? But so too with the modding community. I think that's another interesting point at which you could go. I don't know what kind of commentary you would levy or what kind of like takeaway it would be, but I think there's room for it in this really weird fucking esoteric way. You know? I think that should be the ultimate goal of this, rather than just being like weird shit, weird esoteric, cryptic shit for the sake of being cryptic, you know? Like, it is cool that it's here, but I want them to do something with it. You know? Yeah. And I don't know. Given how weird it is, I think you could do a lot with it, frankly. You know, given the fact that it is so weird and it has, like, very little bearing on the goings-on of each game and what the player does, and a lot of people just ignore it and it's just like, fucking weird. I think maybe you do have opportunity to do something incredible with it. Either now or sometime in the distant, far-flung future. The Song of Pelennor. Right, which... like we said, it's so weird and esoteric. This is about Pelennor, but is it really? Is it really? Is this not them giving more insight into, like we had said, these weird fucking esoteric concepts? Stuff that you get into a little bit in like Morrowind greater lore that you hear about in the periphery of like the 36 sermons of Vivek, or the 36 lessons. Yeah. All right. Well, holy hell, I think we ought to call it here for now. I didn't expect that I would just read all of them, but, well, what can you do? All right, until next time, please take care of each other.